My first few attempts at making gyro meat at home were pretty complicated, involving loaf pans and weighing the meat down with a brick. But Kenji Lopez Alt solved the method through science, and the recipe I'm going to show you today is simpler and much better. There are a few keys to making sure that the recipe turns out right. The first is to salt and season the meat well ahead of time, at least an hour and up to overnight, and to work with a cold meat mixture and to make sure there's enough fat, which is where the bacon comes in. So a couple teaspoons of kosher salt and a teaspoon of oregano, and I like to add a half teaspoon of cumin. And then work this spice mixture in really well with your hands before refrigerating it. Once the meat mixture is chilled, add the onion and garlic to a food processor. And you just want to pulse it a few times to get it started so that you don't end up with any large chunks of onion in your meat. Then just scrape down the sides. Add the meat mixture. And the bacon. Then puree until smooth. This takes about a minute to become smooth. And once it is, turn it out onto a foil-lined baking sheet and shape it into about an 8-inch by 5-inch rectangle. You'll want your hands to be moist for shaping the meat mixture into a rectangle. And then bake at 300 degrees just until the internal temperature reaches 155 degrees Fahrenheit with an instant read thermometer. Once you pull the gyro meat from the oven, you'll want to let it rest for about 15 minutes before slicing it into an 1/8 of an inch to a 1/4 inch thick slices. Then you'll arrange those slices on a foil-lined baking sheet and broil them until the edges are crisp and golden. Then you'll pile the slices onto warm pita bread with fresh tomato, red onion, and tzatziki sauce.